Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we do upload PvP content every single day, so please consider subscribing if you're into that type of content. Today we're going to be heading back into some Master League matches. I know everyone loves Great League, and Great League's probably the best league of the three. However, I'm going to mix it up a little bit here and get back into some Master League action with Giratina Altered Forme showcased in this video. With Giratina being back in raids, this is a good time to put out this video. So we're going to be looking at this set versus match here against Dark Seer. And we are going to be leading with Melmetal. IVs are on the screen there. As you can see, none of them are perfect. Going to lead up against the Kyogre, so this isn't the best situation for Melmetal. What I like to do here is go for a charge move. Now preferably you'd probably want to go for Superpower and then switch out instantly, because that is going to be doing more damage. However, in this case I went for Rock Slide. Opponent's going to switch out into Togekiss. So that isn't what we want to see with the Giratina, obviously. Going to go for Shadow Sneak. We are in Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak. Got rid of the Ancient Power, so the Togekiss isn't going to be taking as much damage. But then again, Ancient Power did get nerfed where it's not really doing much more than Shadow Sneak would anyways. So we don't have the chance for the boost though, which sucks. But that Togekiss is pretty low now. And in this situation, we know the Togekiss has energy, so it's most likely going to throw a charge move at us. So I'm going to bring back in the Melmetal. And this is probably going to be a flamethrower, so we're going to shield that up. And it is. Now we do have the Dialga in the back for that Kyogre, so that's good. And we got rid of the Togekiss, which may be one of the only threats. If they have something like a Giratina Altered in the back, for example. Or sorry, Giratina Origin. Dialga could do well against both of them. So we're trying to maintain our shields here. Gonna go for another Rock Slide. It's very possible they may have their own Dialga as well, so gonna go for a second Rock Slide here. We're really applying some shield pressure, and the Kyogre is actually not gonna use any of its shields, and it is their own Giratina Altered that comes out, so this is an excellent situation for us. Even with the two shields, we're gonna win just because of Dragon Breath's raw damage. Switch out here. Have the Melmetal in the back in case we need it for a potential sack swap. So the Dragon Claw is going to come through. Just going to shield this up. And we're going to win this game purely on Dragon Breath. So they are going to back out. And we're going to take that first game. Headed into match number 2 here against 0417 Pion. And of course my Dialga is not best buddy. So if we do run into the mirror match, we are going to get obliterated. But it is what it is. Another Kyogre lead here. This time I am going for the Superpower, and once you go for the Superpower, you could instantly assume that you're going to switch out, and your opponent's going to know that as well too. So I'll get the switch tray up, switch out. They make a very quick swap into Dialga. That was a very, very fast swap on their part. So I'm just going to try to apply some Dragon Claw pressure here. Obviously these Dragon Breaths are going to do a lot to us. So what I'm trying to do here is just throw as many Dragon Claws as I can before this Dialga could knock us out. And it's not really the worst thing to bait out the Dialga here, because unless they're running a hard counter for my own Dialga in the back, we're going to be in a pretty good situation after this. A lot of people are running like Giratina Origin, so this isn't too bad. Now I do bring my own Dialga here, and as you can see, it's a little risky because we are taking more Dragon Breath damage than they are taking. So the Raikou comes out. That's a very spicy pick. And we're going to go for Iron Head. Raikou should be interesting in Season 2 with the Wild Charge buff. So I could see it being a lot more common, especially with all the Kyogres running rampant and not really having any hard counters. Raikou is going to probably play a big role in Season 2. So we're just going for Iron Heads here. And we do have to be careful of the Shadow Balls, of course. I'm going to bring in the Melmetal here. Was hoping to be able to get off a charge move first. We're not, so I'm going to have to absorb this Shadow Ball. The Kyogre is going to come back in, going to throw these Rock Slides. And this is a pretty good situation for us, to be honest here. We are KO'd by the Kyogre. However, we do have a shield, and I'll be able to Dragon Breath down on this Kyogre. And of course this is a Surf, so we don't really have to shield either. And that Raikou in the back is really low in health, so this time we will shield the Surf because now we're definitely in KO range. Gonna Dragon Breath down, and that Raikou should have no energy, and even with that extra shield they're gonna end up losing that game. So 2-0 heading into the third match here against Buggo Zhang. And Giratina Altered really works well as a sort of safe switch, because even in the matches where it's an underdog, it still performs quite well. Like Dialga, for example, you saw there when it comes in, it applies a lot of pressure with the Dragon Claws. So Dialga lead, this time we get a favorable lead for us. We're going to go instantly for the superpower, and we do get the charge attack to go through. Unfortunately, we weren't able to go back to back, so they're going to get that Thunder, and that's not what we wanted to see there. And they make a very quick switch into Kyogre, so very good. We do get the Rock Slide off, and we're going to switch out into our own Dialga, and this is a very good situation for us. And here we are definitely counting the Surfs, because we do not want to get hit by a Blizzard. So I'm just going to go for this Iron Head here, and it is going to survive. This is very unlikely to be a Blizzard. That was about 6 Surfs. But it is a Thunder. Looked like they were just trying to get off a charge move there. So they probably weren't running Blizzard then, of course, with Surf and Thunder. And they're going to bring in their own Melmetal here. And I go for the Iron Head here. Could have possibly went for the Thunder, but didn't want to risk it. Superpower charges so quickly, so just want to get off anything. We do get a shield, so it's very good for us. And we're in a really good spot because Giratina Altered could come in and it's going to perform very well against this Melmetal, because pretty much nothing the Melmetal could throw at us is going to be doing significant damage. They actually bring in Dialga, so we're just going straight for Dragon Claw here. And at this range where the Dialga is so low, we could actually finish this game off with the Giratina alone. And with 2 shields, this is pretty much game over against the Melmetal. We just have to go for the Shadow Sneaks. So I go for the Dragon Claw, trying to see if I could actually burn the last shield here. And they let it go through, so at this point, no point really to go for the Dragon Claw, just go straight Shadow Sneak. This Melmetal is definitely running Rock Slide Superpower, but even if it was running the Thunderbolt, it's not going to do anything to Giratina, so Shadow Sneak's going to come through. And I'm trying to time this to catch the charge move, which we do, so that's just going to solidify this win even more. Rock Slide's going to take out that Melmetal. And at this point, we should expect the shield to come out, so I am going for the Dragon Claw because the shield's almost mandatory here. It does come out, but we are pretty much in farm down range now. Gonna shield this up. It would not KO, but just to be on the safe side. And we'll go for this Shadow Sneak. Could have probably farmed down there, but not worth the risk when you have the charge move ready. And the Shadow Sneak's gonna KO the Melmetal. So off to a 3-0 start here. And it's going to be interesting with the Premier Cup running concurrently with the Master League, as we see Coral 40 here. How many people are going to stay in Master League? How many people are going to switch out? So we will see what happens. Here we get another favorable lead. Melmetal against the Dialga. And they're going to switch out into the Garchomp. So fortunately for us, we do have Dialga to counter this because Garchomp is a pretty hard counter to a lot of the meta actually. Goes for the outrage here. I was expecting the Sand Tomb, so a very bad start for us. And the thing here is that once we lose this Dialga, it is going to be a little bit difficult to handle this Garchomp. So we're going to see likely a Sand Tomb here. No, it's another outrage. Okay. Maybe they're not running Sand Tomb, maybe an outrage Earthquake nuke type of Garchomp. So definitely going to come in with the Giratina Altered here. And hoping to get to this Dragon Claw, we do. Let's see if they choose to burn his shield. They likely will. Oh no, they let it go through. Okay, so that's pretty good for us, but now we're in a bit of a tricky spot with the Dialga here. So Ironhead's going to come through. We don't have to shield that. Going to switch out into the Melmetal. We have the charge move ready, so this is really good for us. Going to go for the superpower. It's going to absolutely demand that last shield. And they made a very quick switch into their own Melmetal. So the superpower will come off, of course. And now we are in a pretty good situation because we're up 2 shields to none. So if we want, actually, what we could have done here is shield, waste the switch timer, because we're going to get a lot of charge moves. And then once we do this, we could quickly switch back into the Dialga. Most likely after this superpower hits, the switch timer should be up. So we'll be able to switch into the Dialga here. Yes, we are. And this is perfect because now we're going to do as much damage as we can with the Giratina. And Once this Dialga takes out our own Giratina, we're going to have a shield for that Melmetal, build up to a superpower, and they have no shields left, so we're going to end up winning this game. So a lot of the Master League does depend on winning the lead, of course, but other times you're going to have to really make use of that switch timer, lock yourself into certain matches with your opponent, or an advantage. If you're in a bad matchup, you're going to have to take advantage of that switch timer, try to get your Pokemon back in there, who could be super effective. As you saw in the last match, we actually won with the shield intact in what looked like a very bad situation at one point. So this is match number 5 against Giratina Origin, one of the worst leads you could possibly see with the Melmetal. Try to time this to catch the charge move, but doesn't really matter. Switch into the Dialga here. Could have also switched into the Giratina Altered. However, I just went for the Dialga in this situation. Don't really know why I chose Dialga here, but a lot of times I will go for Giratina Altered. I find that Giratina Altered, a lot of people don't prepare for it as much as they do for Dialga, so if I leave that in the back, I may have a better chance of turning this matchup around. But here I'm going to let the Dialga go down, of course. Is a Rock Slide, actually. So that is the correct move there, but we do get a couple more Dragon Breaths off. And now I would assume that we would bring in the Giratina to catch this charge move. And once this Melmetal goes down, he actually switch locked himself into his own Giratina, which isn't really necessarily a bad play because he knows we can't switch into our Melmetal. However, he does bait us with the Omnis Wind. But we're going to go for this Dragon Claw here, and we are going to be in a range where we could KO here, but we're down 2 shields. So all he has to do right here is pretty much shield, and this matchup is most likely done. He does, but I managed to switch into the Melmetal here and get off another charger, which is going to have to use his last shield, and his energy is going to go towards the Melmetal. The Giratina is now in farming range where we could farm down with the Giratina if we had to, but he actually switches out. We're going to go for the superpower here onto the Dialga, and we should be able to get to a second superpower here. We do. This is going to KO the Dialga, and that Giratina is going to come back in, but it's so low in health that our own Giratina, or he still has the Melmetal actually, but we do outpace it, so we get another superpower off. I forgot about the Melmetal here, but this is actually better for us because it's giving our Melmetal less health for the Giratina to farm down on, and he actually ends up backing out. So we end up going 5-0. Not very often I go 5-0 in the Master League, but with this team, very good team, very meta obviously, but let's see if I play more Master League or Premier Cup in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.